A divorce can take an emotional toll on all parties involved. Added to the emotional toll is the complex financial aspect that comes with splitting assets, including property. What are your options after a divorce? Before you buy your ex out of their share of the house, you will need to get the home appraised. The appraisal will tell you the current market value of your home. It also makes it easier to budget for whatever option you choose to take afterward. Another thing you'll need to consider is whether you live in an equitable distribution state or a community property. In an equitable distribution state, a judge determines how much of the property each party will receive in the divorce if the couple is unable to settle it amicably outside of court. In a community property state, all assets and debts accrued during the marriage are divided 50-50. This includes any property acquired during the union. Sell and split the proceeds. Perhaps neither you nor your ex is interested in keeping the home. In this case, it is often best to sell the house and split the profits from the sale. If you're undecided or disagree on who should keep the house, the court may order you to sell it as part of the divorce. This is most often the case in community property states where divorcing spouses are required to split everything in half. Buy out your ex-spouse's equity. You and your ex will both have equity in the house if the two of you share ownership. Equity is the value of the home that you buy over during the loan term. The bank owns most of the equity, but it is passed on to owners as you pay the mortgage payments. You can split the equity equally and buy out your ex's share by paying them for their share of the equity. Equity rules and regulations vary by state, so be sure to consult with a divorce attorney about how buying out your ex-spouse's equity works in your state. Refinance the mortgage. If you're already going through a financial crisis and don't have enough money to buy out your ex's share of the house, refinancing the mortgage may be a good alternative. When you refinance your mortgage, you can use the equity you own in the house to buy out your ex-spouse's portion. Refinancing also removes your ex-spouse's name from the home loan, which also removes them from any legal obligation to the mortgage payments. If you're buying out your ex-spouse with a plan to sell the house on your own afterward, you may want to consult with a real estate professional first. Some states even allow you to collect half of an attorney's fee from your ex during the buyout. In other words, the spouse that retains ownership will be responsible for all final expenses and selling costs. What's the best possible way to buy a house when kids are involved? Assuming you and your ex-spouse have children, purchasing a home could become trickier. While it differs mainly depending on your circumstances and where you live, most courts will permit the partner with guardianship of the children to remain in the house while not allowing the other partner to purchase the house. There may be an arrangement in the divorce decree that requires the non-custodial parent to pay a portion of the expenses of the house as part of the child support arrangement. If you're a non-custodial parent, you might have to wait until the custodial parent and the children can find a new home before selling the house. At the end of the day, the actual process you'll follow will be. A divorce attorney is vital in achieving the best outcome for everyone involved, especially the children. Dictated by your state's divorce and separation laws, they can assist you with thinking through an arrangement so you and your ex-life partner can proceed in the children's best interest. House Buyout Divorce Calculator. To purchase your ex's equity, you need to first calculate the amount. One way to do this is by getting the house appraised. The appraisal will help you and your lawyer calculate the home's fair market value and, thus, the amount of available equity. Once you've determined the fair market value, you'll be able to calculate the amount you still owe on your mortgage and then divide the amount in two. The amount that remains after adding the equity of your ex-spouse and the mortgage will be what you still owe to buy the house outright.